I just got one thing to say to you, Dan Trachtenberg.
You son of a bitch.
Yes, finally a movie of 2025 that didn't let me down and didn't disappoint. We're going to be diving right into Predator Badlands, guys. We're going to talk about what worked, what didn't work, and why this film is probably one of the best science fiction action films in over a decade. And this will be a spoiler-free review. Predator Badlands was released in 2025, directed by Dan Trachtenberg, starring Elle Fanning, Demetrius Shostakolathangi, and Ruben de Jong. Badlands follows a young predator in the name of Dek, an outcast from his clan who finds an unlikely ally on his journey in search of the ultimate adversary. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema, and welcome to my Predator Badlands movie review. This will be spoiler-free, like I've said already, and I don't usually do spoiler-free reviews. More of a retro channel, so if you're new to the channel, I usually do older movies and stuff like that. But the Predator franchise is one of my favorite franchises of all time, so I just had to review this one. So I'm just gonna skate by a lot of things, and I'll probably do a deep dive later on. There'll be a ranking coming up as well. So if you're new, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. It really helps the channel out a lot, and we're going to get right into this review. First of all, I was so scared, so nervous watching this movie. When I started hearing what people were kind of saying about it, how it was going to let legacy fans, and that's me, left disappointed. And I'm here to say it didn't do that. Do I think it's a perfect movie? No. I think it's another very solid Predator film that kind of stands on its own, takes big swings, goes in new, bold directions. I'm still, man, on the fence about it. For the most part, this whole movie really worked for me. I had a great time watching this. You have to go on the big screen and watch it too. Prefer if you can have an IMAX, try to go see it in IMAX. I didn't, but I would really like to. I want to start with the things that I was worried about going in, leading up to this movie. The first thing is the look of the Predator. Everyone lost their minds of the look of this Predator, and that's fine if you still don't like his look. To me, he has this scary kind of Viking kind of look, and I really liked it. When you're in the movie and you're feeling the atmosphere and everything, I did. I loved his look. He's more of a runt predator. If a large predator is around 7'3", I'm guessing he's maybe over 6 feet, maybe 6'5". That would be considered a runt. I don't know. But I did enjoy his look. Do not let the PG-13 rating steer you away from this movie. It has still got lots of violence, carnage, it's vicious. It just doesn't have human blood, no red blood. He's fighting other creatures. There's synthetics through the whole movie and stuff like that. Lots of great action scenes as we'll get into, but don't let that steer you away. That's another thing that people were saying because of what happened with AVP, but that had people in it. Completely different scenario. Another thing I was worried about, and once the trailers start kicking off, I was like, I could take a breath. I'm so glad that the Predator is speaking in his own language and there's subtitles. So if subtitles bother you, that might affect you a little bit, but I loved it. I said I did not want to hear the Predator speaking English just so we can freaking understand. I'm glad that they kept it that way. Trachtenberg, awesome decision, because that's something that might have took me out of this movie. You are getting the Predator shot through a different perspective. This is a Predator where you're following him. He is the protagonist, and I really like how we got on his side in this movie. They did a great job of getting us to care. I'm still a little mixed. We're going to talk about it, but I'm still a little mixed on maybe that bold direction they go in. I don't know. I'm kind of sitting. I don't love it. I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I think I'll grow to like it maybe. But there's certain themes this film is hitting on that I really enjoyed. If you're like, especially like, it gave me Terminator 2 vibes. Aliens was about motherhood. There's something to say here. There's some really heavy themes. If Aliens was about motherhood, I got a good sense of fatherhood here. Father being a protector, all that stuff. I'm going to go into it a bit. If you consider themes a spoiler, you may want to turn me off now, go watch the movie, and come back. After watching this movie now, and I could completely understand, seeing the script would be like, how are you going to pull this off? Even James Cameron didn't think Trachtenberg was going to pull this off, but when he saw a cut of the movie a couple months ago, he goes, wow, you did it. You pulled it off. And I think he did, because on paper, I don't know, man. He took some big swings in this movie. So, like I said, we are following Deck here. We're following a predator. He's the protagonist. And in doing that, we see things from his perspective. It makes it really fresh and gives the movie a ton of energy. And this movie does have a really great energy to it. It's world building, it's mythology, and it's surprisingly emotional at times. We build up the Predator homeworld a lot in this. I wish I could have got to see more of it, which that in itself just gives it its own unique stamp. It just makes it feel fresh. And I want to say too, I'm not going to tell you the bold new direction, but when you see it coming, when he did Prey, it was great. Back to something simple and all that kind of stuff. And then people started like, oh, Predator in World War II, Predator in Japan, fighting the samurai. Don't get me wrong, I love the traditional Predator movies, going on a hunt and everything like that. But we've seen it, we've seen it, we've seen it, we've seen it, we've seen it. So I'm not sure about this bold new direction completely, but you had to do something to sustain this franchise more because they want to make more. If we just kept going through that formula again and again and again, I think maybe as diehard Predator fans, yeah, we're gonna like it. It's gonna be awesome. But if we want more movies, if we want to sustain this more, we got to get into the characters more. We got to build the characters out. We got into more mythology. We got to find out who these creatures are. So I am on board for that. Now, Deck, our main predator here, he's easily one of the best parts of this movie. He doesn't speak a word of English, so the way they get us to care about him, I think, is very compelling. There's even some emotion to it. There's a little bit of humor thrown in there. I think there is a few spots where there's really misplaced humor. So I wasn't a big fan of some of that, but I love Deck. I love his journey. I love how he just wants to be the strongest predator. He's courageous. Deck is unblooded, so he's trying to get blooded to get his cloak, like his cloaking device. He's a runt amongst his clan. He's considered weak, and he has to go on this journey to prove himself. And I just love how we're just really on his side. Ella Fanning's character plays this synthetic named Thea, who's kind of like she's been lost her legs, so she's like in half, and Deck kind of carries her around on this journey. So it's two of them. It's very reminiscent of Chewbacca carrying C-3PO in Star Wars. At first, she was getting on my nerves. She was a lot to like. I found her a bit annoying, but Dan Trachtenberg, being the director he is, he really pulls her back. I'm not saying I'm completely on board with her character. I'm not completely wowed by her. She went from kind of annoying to leveling out, and I did like her at the end of it. But overall, the acting was very solid. It really grounded the characters, especially in this sci-fi action flick. Now, this is a Predator movie, so we want to know about the action, right? And the action is absolutely fantastic. The action scenes are intense, they're creative, they're well shot. It still has a lot of that Predator DNA, the way Deck fights and all that, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I like how smart they make him too when he's fighting and the intelligence he uses and how resourceful he is. The pacing is pretty strong here too. It really moves at a clip, and the reason it's strong, not because of editing and all that stuff, because we're caring about Deck. We're caring about his journey, and that's why the pacing it really works here. There was a point in the middle where I felt it was kind of dragging a little bit. I'm like, you had a great rhythm going, let's pick it up again, but it really does. So again, Dan Trachtenberg's directing here is great. Visually, Badlands is stunning. The cinematography here, guys, is top tier. There's a smart use of wide shots that really give you the sense of the world and its scale. The production design on the Predator homeworld, incredible. I loved it. It's like this very barren place with dust kicking up, and this is where it felt dark and eerie at times. It feels lived in, dangerous, otherworldly. It just feels like there could be danger at any time in this place. Then there's the music. This was incredible. This is one of the best Predator scores I've ever heard. Just absolutely loved it. It was dark. It was primal. It utilizes the drums really well. You know what I mean? Bringing those drums back, but it's its own thing. Every scene that really gives that pulse, and you just feel like this is something ancient and deadly, especially the music on the Predator homeworld. That's where I was just like, a lot of the stuff on the Predator homeworld, I was really 100% engaged. I want to see this world opened up more. Hopefully in the future, we're going to get that, because I was just totally enthralled in that place. Now, what really surprised me in Predator Badlands is the themes. and what it means to be a predator. I really like this. Deck is just not fighting to survive. He's redefining what strength, honor, and leadership really mean. That being an alpha is just not about kills, but it's about protecting and being something greater. Now, this is where some of these themes, I'm not going to go into detail, but some of these themes, this is where it may piss off legacy fans, and it didn't with me. I kind of really liked the theme of it all, the theme of what this predator was going through. You see the alpha male at school or something like that. That alpha male, he's the alpha male because he's been in the most fights or something. But then we're talking about what makes a man, the guy who protects his family or protects his clan, a man who not necessarily has the most kills, but you feel completely safe that he's gonna guide and protect you. And there's certain things they're playing along with that. They did not Disneyfy this thing. I've seen a lot of thumbnails saying they Disneyfied this thing. I did not get that at all. That I've heard this claim that this is a freaking romance or a love story. It's not. It's not at all. I did not get that from this movie whatsoever. If you like my reviews and you think I'm a straight up shooter here, I did not get that. I just did not see that movie this way. I'll be honest, I am mixed on some of the bold choices they made. Like I just talked about thematically, I was really liking what they go for, but where we see the end of this movie, the bold choices it gets into, some things I'm really excited about. I guess I want a deck to have a little bit more traditional arc. I really, oh man, I'm so mixed. I really am so mixed on it because I don't hate where they take it. I just don't love it. I'm kind of like, yeah, I think I can get on board with this over time, but I respect how they subvert our expectations, how the movie challenges all that. This is a different kind of Predator story, one with actually a heart to it, but don't let that steer you away. It's still a badass fucking movie, man. At the end of the day, Predator Badlands is a fantastic addition to this franchise. I really enjoyed this movie. It's smart. It's very visual, plenty of action. Expanding the mythology. Still got that Predator DNA, but it's its own thing. So I really enjoyed this one. So on your next trip to the movie theater, make sure you go and check out Predator Badlands. You'll have a ton of fun following a predator, getting action, and expanding the mythology. I'm going to give Predator Badlands a solid B. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you think of this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. Come back, watch the review, all that stuff, and we'll talk some Predator Badlands. I'm sure we're going to have a lot to unpack about this one. I'll likely do a spoiler one where we can go right into it. It might be good for a live show. I might do a live show on that one. Might wait a couple weeks so you can all see it. But this was a lot of fun. Had a great time at the movies with this one. So go see this one. My name is Jason. You've been watching Backtrack Cinema. I'll see you next time, and I'll see you in the movies. Cheers.